Hi everybody, this is Tammy and I am back to share with you some of the projects that I've been creating for the Crafty Dares challenges that are on Instagram every week. So Crafty Dares is an Instagram group that's hosted by Tina, who is Tell Him Thank You here on YouTube. It's a closed group, so if you want to join, you have to request to join from her, and then she'll add you. But there's weekly challenges. The challenges, you get 3 items that you have to use in your project, and then you get those items like on Saturday or Sunday, and then the following Friday is when you post your project on Instagram and also in the group. So I joined I think it was sometime last month, so I've already shared I think 1 or 2 projects. Actually I shared the first project that I did, so these are I think all the other ones since that time. They're not in any particular order. They're just I tried to gather as many of the supplies as I could. So I'm gonna just start with this one because all the supplies for this one are right here on my desk. So I created these super cute rustic pumpkins, and the challenge for this week was to use wood, a sticker, and thread. So my wood pieces are the pumpkins. The base of the pumpkins is this Whittler's kit from Michael's from Art Minds. I had it in my stash. So when I joined this group and to do these challenges, I had told myself that I was only going to use things in my stash. I wasn't going to buy anything specific for the challenges. I wanted to try to challenge myself in addition to the challenge items, but challenge myself to think of different things in my stash that I could use to meet the challenge. So like I said, I already had this in my stash, and actually I used the wood pieces as risers in my tiered trays. So like if something is too low, then I'll put one of these, in the tray and put the item on top of it, and you can't see this wood piece. So that's what I've been using them for, but I had a whole bag of them, and I had a few left in the bag, so I pulled that, and that is the base of my pumpkin. So the wood, the thread, you can see I used gold thread, so I used this Coats metallic thread, and I think I got this from Joann's maybe a year or 2 ago, I don't know. And I don't know if you can also see there's also some blue thread there, so I also used this blue thread. And then the sticker is this little hard piece right here. It's actually a wood piece as well, but it is a sticker. So this is from this Pink Fresh sticker set. So these are wood veneer stickers, and I use the hearts. So you can see the wood Whittler's kit is just natural wood. I use this Art Minds antique wax to color it. So the wax, this is antique wax, so it is this brown color. So you just brush it on and brush it off, but I brushed it. The color is very, these wood pieces are unfinished, so they're very porous. So it just drank up that wax. So I wiped it on, and there was hardly anything coming off when I tried to wipe stuff off. But I love the color anyway. I also use some additional things that I use are these wood stems from the Dollar Tree. I also use some of this beaded garland like little berry garland from the Dollar Tree as well. I use some Wild Orchid Craft leaves. There's this color, it's a tight, like a green and ivory, and then I just brushed on some tea dye distress ink, and then there's also that brown leaf that's also Wild Orchid Craft. I had also printed on my computer Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, just in preparation for whatever fall decor things that I was going to be doing. And so I was like, hey, I can use those on the pumpkins. So instead of cutting them out like little tags, I just ripped it, so it made it look, just rustic as well. And then I also put the tea dye distress ink around the edges. And there's also a little butterfly sticker here. This came from Forever in Time, which I get from a local dollar store. So those are super cute. I just used some colors that didn't make it pop out too much from the pumpkin. So they're just like brown tones. So this one, I don't know if you can tell, but I had to glue 3 of these pieces together to get this width of a pumpkin. This one was a solid piece, and then this one was also solid, but it was smaller. So you get different sizes in the Whittler's kit. You get different size pieces of wood, and like I said, they are all unfinished. But I love, oh, I forgot the twine. I also used this twine from the Dollar Tree as well. So I used that twine, and they just came out super, super pretty. So these are going to go on my, well, actually I had already put them. I pulled them to do this video, but they were on my hutch in my dining room. So those are so cute, and I just love those. So that was one project. Okay, and this is the next project. So on this week we had to use a paper clip, some burlap, and an envelope. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna make a giant paperclip banner to use in my planner during, you know, fall. So I love the way this turned out. It is so, so cute. So I used a giant paperclip that came from this little tub. This originally came from Hobby Lobby, and I just add other giant paperclips as I get them. So I'm not sure if this was the one that was originally in there or something else that I got over time. But my burlap, I used this DCWV DIY burlap stack that I had gotten some time ago on clearance from, I think that's Joann's sticker. And so it has different size banners or pennants and different patterns. Some of them are, you know, polka dots or fishtail. Like there's some here that are fishtail. And then like the banner shape, this one is also a fishtail, but they just printed like across the shape. So once you cut it out, you'll just have that, but otherwise the pattern is going past the outline of the actual pennant. So I used one of this one, but there's a smaller one, and there's also some just plain burlap, and they all have a paper backing, so it's super easy to cut them out. Let me see if I see that one. So this is the page I cut it off of, but I don't see it. And there's also paper in the back, which is cool that you can also layer on top of these if you wanted to. So yeah, I used the small fishtail pennant, and then a piece of the burlap, the plain burlap. I layered them together. I used a piece of lace that I don't have. It was just a scrap piece that I had on my desk, just so that you can see it peeking from behind this second layer of the burlap. So the plain burlap, I just cut it a little bit larger, but in the same shape as the fishtail pennant, and then layered them together. I used this little envelope. I cut off the label, so I'm not sure where these came from, but I'm thinking they came from Michael's or maybe Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. But it had these 2 envelopes. This is like a little pocket, and then it had another set of larger envelopes behind it. But I used the craft one of the craft ones in this size. I also used one of these chipboard sentiments from the Target dollar spot. I used 2 of these little tiny doilies from Daiso. I used some of these leaves from the Jen Hadfield The Avenue collection. So cute. And then I used 2 pieces of ephemera from this Mente Papers junk book. This I got from Frank's studio. Actually, I got both of these from Frank Garcia's studio. But this book is so awesome. It's just full of ephemera that you can cut out. So this piece right here came from this page, and then the clock came from this page right here. So you can see there's different ephemera, letters, and different things that you can cut out and use in your projects. And then last, it's not last, but I also used some Wildorker Craft. These are the small 15mm open roses, and I used like fall colors. I also used this little acrylic bow that I had in my stash. This super cute little wax seal was gifted to me by Marissa, who is Creative Young Mama here on YouTube, and she will be posting, if she hasn't already, a video on how she does her wax seals. But then I just took another piece of just plain cardstock. I rolled it into this kind of little little banner piece here, or not banner, a little scroll, and then I just distressed it with some of this the tea dye distress ink, and I think that's it. Oh no, and then I have one other thing I didn't bring down. So like I said, this is gonna go into my planner as like a page holder or just some decorative whatever in my planner. So I always like to put little dangles on things, so I put a dangle here. I bought these a long time ago and I know I got them on clearance. I think they came from Joann's, but I'm not positive. But I know that I got them on clearance because they were regularly $12.99 and I wouldn't have paid $12.99 for them. But these are wine glass charms, so that, you know, when you're drinking wine, you're at a party, you know which glass is yours. But I got it for these charms. They are nice, very weighted. There's also these cute little amber beads dangling with the charms. So you can see I used a few already. I only have 2 left. So I used one here, the leaf shape, and then 2 of the beads, I took them and I layered them into this little bead segment here. I used a pearl, and then I used an enamel little clock to mimic the clock that's in the envelope. So there's the envelope right there, and I just stuffed it with a few different things. And here's the little Daiso lace pieces or little doily pieces, and then here is the Target chipboard sign that says Hello Fall. It was one long piece. I just cut it in half and then kind of like rounded the edges so that it didn't look like I cut it. And then here are the Jen Hadfield gold leaves. So I love this. I think it came out so pretty and it looks really, really nice in my planner. So that was another project. Okay, and then here's a dare from another week. On this particular week we had to use a leaf, I believe, a pumpkin, and a girl. I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure it was a leaf. I know we had to use a pumpkin and a girl, and I'm pretty sure it was a leaf. So what I did was I took one of these. I have a couple of these packs in my stash. These burlap leaves from the Dollar Tree. So I took one of those. I covered it with some lace that I have in my stash. I have a whole roll of this lace. It's very flat. I had gotten it from a thrift store, and I glued it to the leaf. And then I forgot to bring this frame. So the pumpkins, and then of course the little sign. I just have, here it is. The pumpkins and the little sign both came from the Target Dollar Spot. And I got those the beginning of, like, I guess the end of summer when Target put out their fall stuff. I also used a page from this Pumpkin and Spice Prima collection that I got from, also got from Frank's Studio. I just used that behind the girl. The girl came from Hobby Lobby from this Agenda 52 set. Which has like different girls from different, dressed in, you know, for different holidays or for the summer or spring or Valentine's Day. So I used this one here, and I love that she has a little cup with a pumpkin on it. And then this Woodward Grateful also came from the Target Dollar Spot. And then I have this beautiful ribbon This came from the Dollar Tree. So cute. I just love this ribbon. And I did get this year, but again, I didn't buy it specifically for this project. I already had it. When I used it on this project, I already had it in my stash. But it's so pretty. And then I just curled. So on the leaf, it has this long stem. I just curled it. Actually, did I put an extra one? Nope. Oh, so it has two. So I just curled them. And then I also used this pretty frame, which I've had in my stash forever, and I forgot to pull that package, but it's very pretty, very glittery. And then I also used two of the beads from this little wine charm thing. So I actually made this, and on the back, this is a Anna Griffin little tag that says to from. I actually made this to put on. I'm sending out some happy mail to somebody, and I actually put made this to use as the tag on her package. So I thought that came out so cute, and it's being gifted. So that is that one. And then I have one more. Let me pull all the stuff for that one. Okay, for last week's challenge, so this was actually the last challenge that had gone up. I did post this on Instagram on last Friday. So so here's my project for that challenge. So for this particular week, we had to use a circle, cardstock, and acrylic paint. So this is what I came up with. And this is a cute little dangle charm that I'm going to use on my December daily for this year. So let me share with you what products I used. So here's my little Tim Holtz little chest. So I used one of the, so the binder clip is one of his pieces. And then I've had these for the longest. So these are acrylic pieces that he has. I don't know if he still has them. I know at one point he had them. So these are beveled on the sides, and they're a little dimensional. And then the other ones are more flat, and they're not beveled. So there's different shapes, different sizes of both of them. So I took a rectangular one. Let me move this. Put this back and move it. Whoops. Okay. So then behind the acrylic piece, I used some of the journaling note cards from the Sugar Cookie collection. And I used this one here. And then I used, so this one I used for the larger pendant. And then the smaller one, I used this note card here. And that's because it had this super cute little sugar cookie in that spot. So all you do is take the acrylic piece, put some, find your image. Let me get one so it'll make more sense. So you just take the acrylic piece, you find the image that you want, and like what part of the image you're going to use. And then you take some glossy accents, put it right in the center, and you don't need a whole ton of it. Just put some right in the center, and then you drop it down right on top of your image. And then you kind of like press it down. If you, the glossy accents will spread. I kind of like wiggle mine to make sure that the glossy accents is all the way to the edges. And then some of it is going to squeeze out. And then you just leave it and let it dry. And once it was done, I used like a little dowel to, reinforce the hole or to puncture the hole back because the paper is blocking it and probably some of the glossy accents. So that's how I did those two. And then I took some of this white acrylic paint that I had in my stash, and I painted the sides of of both of the acrylic pieces. The jingle bells I already had. They were already like this. I did these maybe 2 years ago. I painted them pink, and then I put some glitter on them. So they're very, very shimmery, very shiny. And then I had this cute little snowflake charm that I also used. So the circle is this small piece here. My cardstock is this is cardstock weight. So I used the journaling cards as my cardstock. And then the paint I have on the acrylic pieces as well as on the jingle bells and also on the binder clip. So that is the project that I did for this past week. So it is a very, very fun group, very inspirational. It's awesome to see, you know, people are given the same 3 items. It's awesome to see how everybody, you know, everybody's take on those 3 items and what the variety of the projects that you see from using those 3 items is really, really cool. So it's very inspirational. You know, if you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to craft or I don't have any mojo, this kind of makes you get back your mojo because it's making you think, as well as there's a project that's due every Friday. So I really, really enjoy the group. And like I said, it is hosted by Tina, who is Tell Him Thank You here on YouTube. I will put a link to her YouTube channel in the description box, as well as actually it's an Instagram group, so I'll put a link to her Instagram account in the description box. So you have to ask her if you want to join the group. You have to basically message Tina and let her know that you want to join the group, and then she will, you know, communicate with you on Instagram. So these are all the projects that I've done in the last few weeks. And then this was the first project that I did. So I did a separate video on this, and I'll put a link in the description box to the video I did for this one. You can check out what, you know, how I made it and what all the 3 items that we had to use were. So super fun. Oh, I'm missing one, and I don't know where it's at. Oh well, I will put that one in the next video that I do of and I won't do a video for each item. I'll kind of like wait and get a group of them, and then I'll do a video on them. But again, it's very, very fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a really great day. Bye.